new center between you and Matt this year?
Well, I would say both hold their merit. Obviously Luke had a lot more experience. He was very smart. Obviously, he's in the NFL now, and this year is just even more competition. Everyone's vying. Everyone's vying for a spot, so everyone's learning to the best of their knowledge, and everyone's just absorbing information quickly and putting the meeting room onto the field. And so I think it's a very nice experience. We're just trying to get off the rock and run the ball and pass as effectively as we can as a line.
Last year, CJ would talk about how Luke would help him point things out, blitz pickups, things like that. You and Matt kind of taken that and helped either Carson or Vic with that kind of stuff, since you guys do have the experience and they don't in the middle there?
I mean, we mainly leave that to Coach Fry and Mike Salini, our GA. They do a fantastic job of coaching us to the best of their abilities, so we put the best product on the field.
How different is it going into a season where you know where your spot is, but it feels like you and Matt, other than that, like everyone else is rotating and moving around? Does it make it harder for you to know or get comfortable with the guy on your left or right? How do you mentally process it?
Well, I think the overall atmosphere in our room specifically is just competition. Every day you got to put up your best because, like you said, the guys move around trying to chess pieces, stuff like that. But everyone's going as hard as they can, and to me, at least, everyone has a great knowledge of what to do. So I don't feel a difference between if one guy's next to me or one guy's not next to me.
Is there a noticeable difference at all, between the way Josh Simmons handles something or the way that Luke Montgomery handles something? Are you having to talk more to Luke, obviously, because he hasn't played college ball? How do you, as the leader of the group, change your approach?
Well, yeah, everyone's approach is different, so I'll say that. But some guys have more reps, some guys don't have more reps. Freshmen are going to be freshmen; they're going to ask questions, and it's just my job to answer them because I've been here for 3 years now, which is kind of crazy to say. But it's just Coach Fry, and going back to Coach Fry and what our GAs are saying, our meeting time is a very serious thing. We don't laze around. We get straight to business and we get after it because we realize that in order to make this thing go, the O-line has to be on point. So we're just trying to the best of our abilities to make sure that we're on the same page.
Donnie, what's the impression about Jimmy since he's gotten here, or Josh, whichever? We're not sure what to call him.
Well, so we have 3 Joshes in our O-line room. We have Fryer, Padilla, and Simmons.
Yeah.
And so we had to break it up because every time we said Josh, all 3 would look.
Okay.
And so Jimmy is his nickname. A lot of people think it's his name. Okay. That's his nickname. Jimmy's his nickname. But Jimmy's just a very pillar strength guy. He's very strong, and a lot of if people bull rush him, he's very sit on it very easily. He's very good at redirecting. He's very talented, which is why he chose to come to a place like Ohio State. I feel like he'll have a great career here. I'm looking forward to seeing what he'll do. And that's just every tackle. Every tackle here has great abilities, and their abilities outshine their weaknesses. And what they do have weaknesses, and they fix it every day. Every day you look on film, and one guy corrects what they didn't do the next day. So it's just getting better every day.
Have you noticed that more being next to him?
I notice it in film, really. When I go, I focus on what's happening in front of me, and I don't have time to look to my left or right. If I look on film, that was really good. And then I do the same thing with every tackle. When we do every reps we do, I'm like, yeah, that guy's getting better every day.
Donovan, what's the process like of just building chemistry with Jimmy since he's only been here for a couple months?
Yeah, he's been here for a short while now, and we've gave him the giant thick book of playbook. So he's still asking questions, and that's a good thing. It's better that he is asking questions than not, because if he's not, he's going there confused and not really doing it. But since he's asking questions, he's still learning, still trying to get better, and he's made great strides. There'll be times where he just gets it immediately and just goes after it. And he's a freak athlete, and so when he gets in space, he gets going.
Being the veteran and being the guy lined up next to him, how much of a responsibility do you kind of feel to kind of be that guy that helps him get acclimated?
Well, I feel like it's just the unit in general. We try to have a close-knit unit. So over the off-season, we had like barbecues and get-togethers to make sure all the guys knew each other, so he wasn't ostracized as the new man or odd man out kind of. And then just overall communication. Everyone 5 men on the line saying everything at once, so no one's confused.
Donovan, has there been a sense that maybe you guys need to build rapport with each other a little quicker than in other instances, simply because you're going to have somewhat maybe a new guy behind you that you're going to have to look out and block for, or is it the same sense going into this year's fall camp as it's been others?
I feel like it's the same sense as this year's as other fall camps. Last year's fall camp was competitive. This one's probably even more competitive solely because we have a few more rotating spots, and guys are just trying to make sure that they know what they're doing at all times. Because I know we obviously know what's happening behind us, but we're focused on what's happening on our line, and so we're trying to make sure that no matter who's behind us, they have enough time, go back there, tie their shoes, and then throw the ball, or make a couple cuts and the running back then hit the hole. So we're trying to make sure that we're 5 as one, make sure we're all one unit.
Donovan, how different is the line now versus the spring in terms of performance?
I feel like guys just had more reps in terms of the spring and now, and so we're just gelling a lot more together, making sure that we're all on the same page.
And Josh or Jimmy, whatever Josh Simmons, how much of a difference has he made? What stands out to you about him?
He's made a great difference. He's a lot of people don't know how strong he is. When he gets off the ball, he moves people, which is as an offensive lineman, if you move them from point A to point B, that's a great attribute to have. So I'm very excited to have him on this unit.
And how different are you this year compared to last year?
I feel like I'm a lot more detailed in my performance. I'm not just kind of like when in doubt, fire out type of lineman. I'm a lot more like, okay, the aiming point of the back is here, so I gotta be here, or the ball's going out here, so I gotta make sure I get to this shoulder, so stuff like that.
How much have you and Matt, obviously you're the veterans, everyone else is new, taking it upon yourselves and we gotta lead this year?
Since the winter, I would say Coach Mick has put on some of the leaders on this team, you got to, wherever y'all go, the rest will go with you. And so that translated down to me and Matt, because I would say that we're kind of one of the leaders of this team. So we're just trying to do the best of our abilities to present not only on the field but off the field of what we have to do as a unit.
Does he talk more or less than Tom Brady?
That's close. I feel like Matt talks more, but you can't hear him talk. You got to be a little more close to him. He talks at one volume. No, he talks at one volume the entire time. But if you're near him, though, he'll drop some knowledge on you.
In camp, when there's limited contact, how do you know if a run game is really good?
It's just making sure that we're all on the same page. When days where we can't go full speed, when days we're not in full pads, stuff like that, we're able to still know if run games are hidden, if we're all calculated at the same speed. If there's guys looking around, that means you probably don't know if he's on the same play as everybody else. So making sure we're all dialed into what we're doing is important.
Entering camp, there were still some questions, of spots to be filled, and Josh Fryer was like, I feel like we answered those questions. Do you feel the same way?
I feel like we're on the right track.
Yeah.
I feel like at the beginning of the season, it was a giant question mark on all of us. But I feel like we're kind of clearing the fog a little bit, trying to get towards our one goal of being five minds as one. So we still got a long ways to go. We still got a couple more days of camp, make sure that we're on the same page, a few more hours of meeting. But I feel like we're on the right track. No problem. Mr. Hicks.
Who's your favorite linebacker?
That CJ kid's pretty nice. He makes me mad sometimes when he hits me in walkthroughs, because it's the definition of walkthrough. It's in the name.
No, I'm talking about with pads.
Oh, with pads on?
Yeah. What about that Hicks kid? It just pisses you off.
I don't like his face. When I line up and I see his face, like, man, I gotta hit him. And he might not even be my assignment. I'm just go off play, like I just got hit 11.
Now what happens if you don't hit 11? Because 11 makes you miss.
That rarely happens. Once every blue moon. People are human. Mistakes happen, but rarely happens.
I think you're lying.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm done.
Donovan, thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
So that Hicks kid just pisses me off.
Folks, we have Josh Simmons.